Great. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. We'll be starting in 2 minutes from here. So, hello, everybody. Have a nice year. And we are back. I'm back with my new stream. Those that followed me probably know what I'm doing. Those that doesn't will probably learn right now. And in this occasion, we have a special guest. My special guest, Antonia Forster from Unity. And she will be helping me in this, in my... Okay, let's switch to her. Hi.
Hi. So, yeah, I'll introduce myself. So my name's Antonia Forster, and I do indeed work at Unity. My job title is XR Technical Specialist. So I specialize in virtual reality and augmented reality, but also a little bit of virtual production, which is what Oliver does. So I get to work across all different industries, from architecture to engineering to automotive to manufacture to film. So really broad range, but I'm very interested in blending the kind of virtual and real worlds. So I'm very fascinated to learn as much as I can here, and also to give you guys some insights into Unity, into my own processes as well. Yeah, and to have a great time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, at the end, this, how to say, this streaming is pretty informal. So today we will be just doing some kind of a workshop where we can try to make, where I will try to make a scene and show you what are capabilities of Unity and what are capabilities, future capabilities of virtual production, of live virtual production. And mostly today, with these times with COVID emergency, we are meeting some new needs for applying technology. One part of this virtual technology is that we can make some kind of movies. We can make without going to real places and without doing something that can be done at this moment. Another application that I wanted to show you is like how to create live event. In this case, we'll be doing some fake music event. It's nothing special, of course, but like how to create a simple scene in few hours of time and how to direct it in some way. Of course, this is just an example. We won't be doing a full concert or something like that, but just to give you some idea how it can be done pretty easily with real-time graphics and these new technologies. Okay, so for a moment,
I'm just going to also jump in and say that there's a slight delay here. So if I ever come up on screen looking gormless, it's because I'm not aware necessarily of when I'm on screen. And if I do speak over you at all, Oliver, it's not me being rude. I'm British, so the last thing I want to do is speak over anyone. But yeah, there's a very slight delay. So if that does happen, you know why.
Elena, it's really not a problem because I'm a slow speaker. I'm not, English is not my native language, so yeah, it's better that you take sometimes word from me.
Sure.
Okay, let's start. So for this project, I'll be showing you a little bit what I'm actually doing. So, no, I will just give you some ideas of what we'll be doing. For a moment, I don't have too much I have a concept, but I didn't realize anything. So everything here isn't prepared. I don't have a scene. I don't have lighting. I don't have anything. We are just starting from a scratch, and this is a really interesting thing because real-time. What I wanted to show you is that real-time graphics can be used also as a sketchboard for having some interesting ideas, you know. So I'm just hoping that while working on this thing, I will get some ideas and I will get to create something better than from that what I imagined. So to start, my main idea was to start from an escalator where a real person that I will be acting just here and then doing some chroma-keying on this person and then putting it in this virtual world. So let's start from a virtual world. I have just to switch to my Unity. So yeah, I know this isn't Unity. This is my studio. So I have to find my okay. Yeah. So here we have Unity. In this case, I'm using Unity 2020.2 because I'm intending to use a little bit of ray tracing and HDRP. So I will be just starting. I hope that no, you don't see this because I have to switch the screen. Okay, so I will be just starting with basic indoors HDRP scene. And let's rename it to something like workshop. Okay. And we have here only one light and nothing that actually matters at the moment.
I'm quite curious to ask the audience, actually, is everyone familiar with what HDRP means? Because I guess if you all follow Oliver's streams, you probably know what virtual production means and also what HDRP is. But if anyone doesn't know, do your shout out in the chat because I'm keeping an eye on it and we can dive into that. If you're not sure, it stands for High Definition Render Pipeline. Unity has a bunch of different pipelines. Okay, everyone's saying yeah. Looks like everyone's pretty familiar. Good. I would have thought so with this audience, but I like to check in because I think when you're first learning stuff, it can be pretty overwhelming. So great. Okay. It's good to know what level our audience is at, but you folks seem well informed, so we don't have to worry. Cool.
Yeah, I think that we are here mostly from a professional world and advanced knowledge. So, one of the things, but on the other way, mostly everybody is new to HDRP, and I'm also new to HDRP. I was mostly using always standard pipeline, and just lately started working with for my movie with HDRP. And only just like 1 month ago, I started working really with ray tracing, because Unity was so kind to Unity and NVIDIA were so kind to send me a powerful graphics card. The problem with ray tracing is that if you want to make a content, you need a really good, you need a lot of VRAM. So this is something that while if you intend to play, it's pretty easy to use some graphics cards that have less VRAM, but for content creation, it's always better to have more. And so, okay, let's start from here. So what I have found is that I've downloaded from CG Trader, yeah, a model of escalator stairs. Because I don't know why I had an idea to put everything here into escalator, or to start my video, my live concert from escalator stairs. So I have just downloaded this file, and it's a pretty, yeah. It was imported like normally, and then of course, I will have to convert this file to HDRP, and in this moment, I will be just doing everything manually. So because I prefer, so that I don't lose something. Okay, so I have to choose here from my drop down, where it is, lit, okay. And I have converted this material, so I will be doing for all the materials that I have in this scene. This is another material, so I will be just checking, okay, HDRP lit. Oh, so this one, oh, okay, sorry. I have to go here. So this can be automated, but as I have only 3 materials here, I will be just doing this in a simple way, just not to wait for conversion times. So let me see here, lit, okay, lit, okay, and then here, lit.
There's some interesting questions in the chat. So people are discussing what your opinion is on ray tracing, whether it's ready for production use. So some people in the chat are saying that if baking the output, then it kind of makes sense, but people have run into a few problems with ray tracing themselves. So have you used ray tracing in sort of virtual production before? And like, what are your opinions on that? No pressure just because I'm here. You can say, you can be honest.
Well, it's a little bit, if you watch my, if you go to my site, I was really against ray tracing. And you can see one article that I wrote there about this team. It's not that I'm against, it's like, okay, we have ray trace, but there are so many, my general opinion is that we have so many things yet to explore before dropping down to ray tracing. But there is another thing that is really important. Ray tracing can fasten up much of the other things. So ray trace today isn't used like path tracing, that you have a whole scene rendered in ray trace. You are just trying to accelerate with ray trace engine something that maybe before would cost you much more in the terms of performance. So ray tracing, having a possibility of RTX technology is accelerate those things. Problem probably is when you want to ray trace whole scene, and if you have followed my channel and how I'm working on the cinematographic things, you know, mostly about cinema. I'm speaking from a point of view of a cinematographer, so it's not a point of view of someone who does game development. In game development, you would probably need much more of that ray trace, because you can't. You want to show the world as it is, and you want to have that everything is lit automatically. When you're working on the other side in virtual production, you want to control light. And ray tracing maybe isn't even the best way to control it. Like global illumination, for example, if you look at my studio here, what I'm doing, wait a second, I just have to switch here. I don't know how to switch. Yeah, okay. I have everything, I have covered all my room that is white into a black, because I have to eliminate all global illumination, because if I have there too much reflections, I can't control my lighting. So cinematographic approach is a little bit different than a gaming approach, and RTX is a great thing in that case, and as we will see here, it is really great, for example, for shadows, for some kind of reflections, and yeah. So I'm hoping to be able to show you something much better. Okay, now let me see right now. Okay, I have blocked myself on responding to these questions. Of course, you can continue always to ask.
Sorry, I'll try not to interrupt you.
No. Please interrupt me. I would just have to do this manual thing at the moment, because here I have to read, so it's a little bit late. Okay, so right now I have fixed mostly those issues. So I have to assign right now textures, because this model wasn't really prepared for those textures. So I will be adding here, for example, as it's third-party model, so it's not something that I've made, and it's not something that is. I just have to assign here that is this body material. So body diffuse. Okay, body diffuse, and I have to add here normal, but probably body normal. Okay, so in this case we will just see here, yeah, this escalator stair. It's pretty nice model. It's nothing too special, but and then I will go to handrail. Oh yeah, I will be just assigning here my handrail diffuse material. Then handrail.
Can I ask where you got these assets, Oliver? Are they from the asset store?
I bought it. No, this one is bought from CG Trader. CG Trader. Yeah. There were some compatible already for Unity, but I didn't like the design for this case.
Like the visuals of the escalator specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe just for some things where I can't maybe probably show reflections or refractions or something like that. So it wasn't anything important. So, but then we have here body material. Okay, I think that we have here this. Okay, just checking. Okay, glass material. Okay, I have just to put here glass. Okay, so here we can start probably with ray tracing. But before starting really with ray tracing, I would like to start with some basic things that are sometimes more efficient. So when you're using ray tracing, you will probably want to use it. If you want to ray trace whole scene, this isn't something that can work right now in real time. So you're probably choosing to ray trace shadows, and this is the thing that I like most. Ray trace shadows because it gives some soft lighting and it works incredibly well. So yeah, I'm switching here back and I will be just changing this material. So one of the important things is to change surface type to transparent, okay? And but I have made everything a little bit too complicated. One of the things that I want to do for first thing is to set up my post-processing. So one of the things that, for example, I don't need is a gradient sky. I can say none. Okay, no, but maybe. Okay, I will take it like this. Okay, now fog. Okay, I want to enable fog. This is perfect. Yeah, of course.
So for the aesthetic we're going for, are we going for a sort of, I don't know if this is spoilers for later on if I mention neon lights.
Yeah.
But we're going for a very like 80s Eurovision disco aesthetic, I think, for this tutorial, because we decided it's trash.
Or minimal, or maybe minimal. I don't know. We will see what will happen really.
Or minimalist. They're quite different, but we might do one or the other. But
look now. One of the things that is great. I have only seen right now this thing that is pretty interesting, because if I start from a night scene, Unity adds this no, I will have to change everything. Yeah, I will just create a new scene. Okay, no new post. No. Okay, no. It created right post processing profile. Okay. Because when you create daylight scene, there is always activated exposure as an automatic. And this really, I'm suggesting to Unity also to change this feature, because automatic exposure is can be really annoying, and users, I have found myself like, okay, what is going on? I see everything white or everything black, and it simply doesn't work perfectly. So this is something that first thing that I'm always doing, to change this exposure to a fixed exposure. And in this case, it was already activated, and I didn't know. And they Unity have included this in the latest HDRP, and this is a great thing. Okay, so when I set this thing, I want to add some overrides, and mostly I want to add post-processing screen space reflection. Okay, let me see, screen space reflection, and screen space refraction. Okay, you will see right now that it says the current HDRP asset does not support screen space reflection. Okay, so I have to go here into my HDRP, into graphics, and this is a current asset. Okay, and I will be just activating here this. Many people, why I'm showing this, because many people ask me, well, I saw many people that didn't understand why it HDRP doesn't support screen space reflection. No, it supports it, but it has to be activated. So if you see here, I can activate screen space reflection. I can also activate, and I will be activated already, screen space global illumination. And volumetrics, they are activated by default. So from here on, if I go and change, for example, this material of glass, I say that it's transparent, and I can say that I can change it. Wait a second. I think that, okay, yeah, like this you can see it. I can change it opacity. Okay. But one of the most important things in this case is a refraction model. So you can set some different refraction models that are pretty nice, because just for us, wait just a second. Okay, so if I look my wait, let me see right now how it behaves. Index of refraction. Here you can change index of refraction. That means how it behaves as the light passes by. So you can set, yeah, we'll be setting just smoothness, and you can see that it blurs practically everything that is behind. So let me just take this model, duplicate it, so just to have something that duplicate. Okay, so if I move my camera here into this position, you will see that I'm getting blurred transparencies, and this is even without using ray trace. In this case, what I will be doing is that I will be working most of the time without ray trace, and then switching to ray tracing. Just because it also simplifies a little bit my workflow, because I have to stream here, so I have already my CPU at high levels of usage, and yeah. And I don't want to stress my PC too much. So if you look here right now, if I go to this object, to this material, I can just, as I change, as I change smoothness, this transparency behaves differently. If I add, for example, here even some maps, it could change even more. So this is a really great feature that was really difficult to do before HDRP, before latest version of HDRP. And if you are using HDRP, always remember that HDRP is an experimental version. So it's like you are doing something to learn it more before like doing it for production. But we are right now coming with HDRP number 10 and with Unity 2020.2. We are already pretty near to production levels. Okay. So we have to do it. Okay, so let's come back to this. Let's fix some materials. As I have turned on already my So let me see here. Glass, okay, glass is correct. So glass, I will be leaving it like that. Yeah, I will just have to change this body material, smoothness a little bit, so that I can get some, some kind of reflection.
I think it's really important to mention that you can get really great graphics without ray tracing, because I think a lot of people, it is amazing, and you can get incredible results, but you can get really convincing lighting with kind of intelligent, as Oliver said, use of materials and use of lighting. So if you don't have a graphics card that can support ray tracing, like, don't feel that you can't do virtual production. Like, that's definitely not a prerequisite.
Yeah.
For anyone here who isn't already super well versed, I've seen a few people in the chat saying that they don't come from a VP background and they're a bit in the dark. Myself included. Like, I don't work in this area specifically. But yeah, you do often get a lot of people talking about the latest developments, and of course they are great, but they aren't necessary to get great graphics. So definitely experiment and have fun. But like, I think that material is looking really really great already, and as you said, once you add a mask and some noise, you can get very nice effects.
If you follow, everybody who follows my channel will probably know that I'm mostly trying to to explain to people that if you're seen, if you are a good artist when you can make your scene work with less. So it's like, okay, use just basic lighting. When that basic lighting works, then you can add some ray trace, then you can add something on top to make it even better. But it's important that your basic lighting, basic effect, basic lighting, basic material work. If they work, you can always add on the top. But you shouldn't rely on a ray trace like to solve your problems, your issues with materials, with optimizations, with anything that actually doesn't work. So it's like, for me, that's why I said at the start of this streaming is like, you should start from a sketch, like, oh, this is a sketch, but if a sketch is good, then production will be much better. If a sketch, like visualization of the lights, how it should be reflected, what is important. But you always have to think what is important about colors or what is in the front and what is in the back. So, yeah. So we are right now speaking a lot, but
like
working, not working too much. So no. Okay, so I have made this scene. I think that it, will be then changing some things, but yeah, I think that these materials are pretty okay. I'm sorry, I didn't have the time to make something by myself, but yeah, I think that this can work. So I'll be just doing some. Okay, I had made for this thing. I had added my. Let me see here. Yeah, before everything, I will save just. Where to escalator? Okay, I had made a simple tunnel model. So this should be something that actually is here in front. And for this moment, I will be just adding one light here, just to understand what is going on. Okay, we're using incredibly simple light. One of the things that you always need, and this is that I didn't add already, is ambient ambient occlusion. But you probably, actually, we don't need it anymore. With ray traced shadows, you don't need it too much. With area shadows, we're using area shadows, but never mind. I will be adding just this one. And you can see right now that we have here this tunnel. I will be adding here another material because this, I have separated those. Sorry, I have to re-import this tunnel object. Okay. Materials, I have to do just to extract. Okay. Extract materials. Okay. Never mind. And right now I can add here this material that I have prepared. So it's like tiles, simple tiles, wall, yeah, mask map, and tiles wall normal. So this is something like that. Let me check just this one. Normal map, it should be set to normal map. So yeah, and you can see that this styling right now is pretty ugly and we don't want it like that. So I will be just setting this styling to something like 20 per, 20. Okay. Yeah, for a moment it will be, let's say 10. No. Okay. 10. No. 20 per 20. Okay. Maybe I could try to find some other texture, but for a moment. Okay. I can set it like that for mode. And then we can also remap. This is a great feature of the HDRP that we can right now remap textures so that smoothness can be much more easily fixed. Okay. And this is a basic scene for a moment. And it doesn't tell us anything. It's just about like what can we do here. So we're just moving this. Okay. And then we have to start setting up our lighting. And I will also, I will change this glass because I will show you that it can be like that, but yeah, I can just fix it a little bit, so like this. Okay, so we are going right now into a situation where we have to add some lights, and I will be adding not point lights, not anything like that, but area lights. And the thing that is great with HDRP is that right now we have area lights that work really well. They are incredible how they work. And you can set them on the scene, and you already see how it behaves much better. Like it just has a better feel to it. And then I will be just adding shadow map, but so in this case it's and here you can see that how to say, when you're not using ray trace lighting, a little bit of that area lighting is going like is breaking up, but it's nothing too hard. Let's set this to white. And one of the great things that is also included here is that you can right now, this is really important thing. When you're working with HDRP and with new lights, you have some things that nobody sees, actually, and this should be, and this is, let me see, can you see this feature here? If you open it, you have many more possibilities of controlling lights. And here you have, for example, features like effect specular, range attenuation, many of the things that really are important. In this case, I'm not looking there. Also for shadows, I'm looking for shadows. I want some features of the shadows. So you can blur your light. You can do many things that are really incredible. But when we so I will be taking this like that. Just leaving it for a moment. Then I will be sorry. I forgot. I forgot this great feature is that I can create a mesh from a light. Let me see where it is. Well, no, it's not anymore here. Oh, it was today. It was shape rectangle. Okay, no. Rectangle. No, it doesn't give me. Okay. Sorry, I have to open this one. I have to open this one. No, I don't have it here anymore. Oh, sorry. There was a feature for creating a mesh from a light, but at the moment I can find it. Okay, so look just right now how this scene looks much better. So if you don't know that this kind of lights can affect your scene, like set it to point, it's ugly, Setting to area gives some other feeling to a scene. And what I actually want to do right now here is to place a lot of area lights, but I will be switching right now, and this is important thing. Probably I will be switching. No, wait. No, we will just wait for a moment. Okay, so I will be setting this one like this. And then I will be going into my file, save, and I will be switching editor to ray tracing. To switch to ray tracing, this is why I'm showing you, because I could have switched before everything, but I want to show you because many people doesn't understand how to switch. Is that one of the first things that you have to do is to go to project settings and player and change your system to graphics API. Okay, graphics API for Windows, auto graphics for Windows. Turn it off. Okay, add here DirectX 12. And even this isn't enough because you have to move it up as a first graphics editor. So right now we'll be having Unity. Unity will restart, and we will be just getting it with ray tracing. Okay. Antonia.
Hello. Would you like me to play some elevator music?
Yeah, of course.
I will say, I'm getting some great feedback in the chat. It's really, really helpful for me and for everyone at Unity to talk to the users about what works well for you, what differences you'd like to see. We're constantly making changes and improving and iterating. So yeah, I've already got some really good feedback in the live chat. So if you're lurking and you want to give some feedback, don't be afraid to use the live chat for that or for anything else. But yeah, it's great. It looks like, I don't know how many of you have been on the tube in London, but it looks like a kind of skeezy tube station because it's very dark. Yeah. So I like how it's looking. It's kind of ominous right now.
Yeah, of course, you know, I think that there are many things that have to be polished in new in HDRP, like from a user perspective, because something isn't. But I also know that it's really hard to do a good user interface. So it's like not everybody has the same type of workflow. Not everybody has the same type of necessities, you know. So in some cases, you know, like I was comparing it with Unreal. What I didn't like in Unreal was that it always assumed that you want everything that it can give you. But my workflow is almost like I'm starting from scratch and then I'm building up. I don't want every bell and whistle immediately. I want it to sound to look good from the beginning. So, like adding everything on the top looks almost like it blocks me in some way. But I know that many other users like Unreal because they don't have to hassle with, they don't have any hassle with setting up image effects. So this is a little bit like two different user cases. So you always have to balance those user cases. As I was doing I was making many plugins for Unity. Of course, yeah, I forgot. Today I wanted to share with all users. No, with all users. I wanted to give some vouchers, free vouchers for my plugins that I have on Asset Store. So let me see here if I can share them with you. Let me see here. Okay. First one that can take it on the Asset Store. So you have to, I will be posting right now voucher number. So you have to go to Unity Asset Store and to insert it. And the first one that gets it will be getting it for free. So yeah, this is for Seascape.
So what you're saying is it's a race.
Yeah, I like it because some of my users already have some of my assets. So it happened before when I did something like this. That some user didn't even download it. So yeah, I'm hoping that those that have that asset they can't even download it. So it's, yeah.
So if anyone's not sure, the voucher is in the chat right now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I will be, sorry, I will be just sharing it on the screen. Yeah, of course. Okay, so.
I know. I think someone's already taken it. Someone's lightning fast.
Okay, great. And then in 10 minutes, remind me to add another one. Okay.
We'll dangle them like carrots.
Yeah. Okay, so let's come back to this thing. Okay, so I think that we should go much faster because right now we are really... Okay, so I will be just keeping this slide like that, and I will be just copying it. So let me see, making another one and duplicating. Yeah, okay. And one of the things that actually I didn't do here, and it's a stupid thing, is that I always want to add some temperature to my lights. The temperature gives you a really nice feel. You know, you can match a good feel.
Oliver, sorry to interrupt. Do you mind taking down the voucher code off the screen?
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just one of the users mentioned it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. I'm always I have to do. Okay, so, and from this point, I will be just adding another light. Okay. For a moment, I didn't show you because right now, Unity is working in ray trace mode. So I will be activating here the shadows. Oh no, it doesn't work yet. Oh, it doesn't work yet. Project settings. I have to go into project settings. I have to set my HDR. Sorry, graphics HDR pipeline asset and set it to where it is, real-time ray tracing. Okay, yeah. So here comes the magic. So you can right now, you can see that if I use a real-time ray trace, all my shadows, let me bring it a little bit, this light, I will bring it just down like this. You see that it almost gives you an ambient occlusion effect. So if you know well what is an ambient occlusion effect, actually you don't need any more ambient occlusion when using ray traced, because it's like every light is casting a ray traced, ambient occlusion light with light. So this is a really important thing to know. So you can always sacrifice something, as you always have to sacrifice something when you're using ray tracing. You will want to sacrifice this ambient occlusion maybe, because ambient occlusion can be pretty heavy. And then let me see if I can emission. So I don't understand why I don't have any more of this. Okay, display emissive mesh. Okay, yeah, it is right now here. Only if it's so you can see right now. This is what I wanted for this video. That light right now emits this from this mesh light. How to say? Shows it, because if you worked with Unity or with most of the real-time program, they don't emit So you have a light that affects lighting but doesn't emit any lighting. So what I wanted here was to place a few of these lights and to make them even like something like this, red, okay? So that they look as okay, no, or tubes. Tubes are better. Tubes are better in this case. So we'll be placing these tubes. That will have to look like, okay. Okay, cast shadows on, and yeah. That are near lights that we were speaking before. So this is one that will be just adding. But I'm not sure if this, yeah, okay.
So we are going for 80s Eurotrash.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I'm a big fan of RGB. My microphone is actually RGB. So.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm too no, of 80s and RGBs.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this.
So we're big fans of color here.
Of lights, I don't know. I really like how lights work and what they can give you into a scene. But maybe, yeah, sometimes less is more. But you know, if you come from 80s and from cyber culture, then it's really, yeah. So my idea made for this thing was to make something like that, you know, like, and to control these lights with music. So from here on, I will be just taking a few lights, yeah, and just duplicating them, yeah, so that we can have a little bit better scene. I don't have here anything important, so let's go right now to just to making everything more okay. So this is played. And I will be just doing here really simple things because we don't have any too much time. So yeah, creating a ceiling, creating a floor, 2 seconds. Yeah, just move it. Okay. Then let's control what is going on with our system of okay, ambient occlusion. We can just turn it off. I don't need it anymore. So we can go here. Okay, exposure, screen space refraction. Okay, and override, and I will be adding global illumination. Let's see. This is a new feature that I'm so excited to use. Screen space global illumination. Enable. Ray tracing. Okay. Layer mask. But I have noticed that it's sometimes... Okay, yeah. To use it, this is a like really difficult to understand because I couldn't use it. Then I had to go to a camera, and you have custom frame settings, okay? And if you don't select in the custom frame settings to use, okay, ray tracing is already selected, but screen space, where it is, screen space reflection, okay. Screen space global illumination, you have to select it here. then you will only have screen space combination, but I'm not sure if it works with our area lights, so never mind. Let me see. Light, point light. Just add this one. Tack. I'm not sure if it works. Do you see any? Oh yeah, it works, it works. You can see that it updates in a few moments. It always works in iterations, so it's not immediate, unfortunately, but we are at the limits of technology, so processing power, so it's not something that you have to pretend to work at the same moment. And okay, we will be just deleting this. I don't need this one. I don't even need other stairs that I had here, so I'll be just selecting those ones too, and I will be deleting those two. Oh, sorry, I have to prefab, unpack completely, and I will be just having to. Okay, so here we have another material. I will be just putting here something else than this one. Concrete. I had some concrete cheap. Okay, concrete. Yeah, I'll be just adding this one. That is some kind of concrete. And let's go to lights. Okay, I have to make another light a little bit up. And right now, idea is to put a person, me, here on these stairs, and just to make it, how to say, go down with the stairs. Unfortunately, these stairs aren't animated, so I'll be using my upcoming plugin that is Chroma-keyer for Unity. So I have here Chroma-key player. Just let me control it. Okay, for HDRP compatible. And what it does is that it adds this plane, simple plane, something special. And I will be switching you right now here, wait a second, to another camera. Wait a sec. Okay. So you can see, can you hear, wait a second. Can you hear me right now? Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wait.
Can hear you so far.
Because I can.
A little quieter.
Okay. So I'm here. Yeah, I have my camera. If you don't hear me, show me something like that. Okay. I have my camera placed into a vertical position because I want to take my subject that is there in a vertical position, because I know that in this way I will have a maximum of resolution. Okay. So then I have my subject. I have two lights. One is that leads green screen, and the other is just a fill light for a person, for a subject. And then at the end, yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. So, yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. So, what I can do right now is that I can just open in Unity this, this part, this chroma key, as a webcam. So you will see that right now. Oh, wait a second. I have to switch this. Okay. Yeah. You will see. Okay, you will see that I have right now my subject that I had there on my in my studio. That it is shown here on the stairs. But as there are a few things, for example, if you look my Imagine, you can see that that my green screen isn't perfect. I could try to key it out in some better way or something like that, but it's really difficult to key out those things. So what I'm actually doing, what I will be doing here with my green screen, is that I'm going outside of my screen, taking this model away, and then I will be just capture. I will with this chroma key. I will be just capture clean mate. It's called clean mate. So it's or it's really garbage mate. So this is a sample of if you look this image, it's just a sample of what is how to say what is the surface of a background. So this is a pretty nice thing that it's not my invention, like it's been used for many years in digital it's been okay. So you can see right now that I have captured this surface, and with this surface I have sampled everything that is irregular. So I can, anything that I put right now in the front of this, it will be perfectly how to say, corrected. So I can go right now there for a moment. Let me see. Okay. I'll move. Sorry. Okay. And right now, huh? Wait a second, just because.
No, you're good. We can hear you again.
What? Sorry.
I couldn't hear you for a second, but you're good now.
Okay, okay.
I think you went far away.
But I thought that this mic should work. Ah, okay. Sorry, it was muted. Okay. So right now you can no, you can't see anything because it's not a closed webcam. I have to reopen webcam and just check if this works.
I want to say to everyone on the stream, this is probably one of the highest tech streams ever, because not only we have virtual production and Zoom and YouTube, we are using every tech stack you can imagine.
Yes.
And Oliver has multiple cameras, multiple microphones, a mixer. There's a lot going on here, so it's
yeah. Sorry, guys, because really I have some problems on working on everything like this. But yeah, so why doesn't work? Close webcam. Sorry, open webcam. Sometimes
It's okay. You don't need to apologize. Like, that's what I'm saying is that.
Okay, yeah. So
we're cutting between so many different things.
Yeah. Okay, okay, I have to just change threshold. Sorry, I was stupid in this case. Even if that I'm creating this, I'm forgetting some things, you know. So yeah, you can see right now that it can practically fix many issues of bad green screening. So yeah, I'm just taking this down, and you can see here right now that, for example, her legs can be seen. But this is because my Chroma-keyer uses different systems for like controlling lower parts and upper parts, because in lower parts you will probably have many times many shadows. Sorry, you don't see it. Okay.
I was going to say we're
Yeah,
on, because I have quite a delay.
yeah,
I wasn't sure if we were looking at the right screen, but I think, now we can see.
Okay. No, because for example, you can see I'm controlling practically lower parts of a body with one keyer, and upper parts of a body with another keyer. Because this is like one of the things that I have learned from my old days in compositing, is like you have shadows on the lower parts. So and you have much more changes in a green screen, because upper parts of a body usually doesn't cast any shadows. So you maybe want to keep those shadows, or you want to eliminate those shadows, but you have to you are in the need to control all those things. And for example, in this case, I will be also using right now. I'm not still using at a full potential, but if you look here, you can see that this system finds out what are the extents of a person. So this can be used, for example, for feeding. One of the things that is really important is, like, if my actor is going outside of the frame, I want to give him a feedback that he's going outside the frame. And in this case, if I put this in play, let me put this in play, just for okay, I'll be just putting here.
So Oliver, I don't want to interrupt, but there's a lot of chat at the moment in the live chat about the Deckard renderer, your other asset. So I was wondering if you were doing a giveaway, a coupon voucher code for that.
Yeah, of course.
Now would be a great time.
Yeah.
Everyone jump in the chat and try and be the quickest.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, and I will be just sharing also the screen for those that doesn't watch.
I know a few people were already in the store looking for it, so hopefully they were still listening and can jump back, because I know quite a few people are interested in using it. It's really fantastic for anyone who hasn't used it. It's been taken. Congrats.
Okay, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. So yeah, and okay, but okay, so here comes a tricky thing. So no, it's not a tricky thing, but things that I'm trying to make. So I will be just setting it up like a texture. No, like streaming. Let me just check why it doesn't work. No? Oh my god. Okay. So I think that right now we should see me Wait a second. Oh, where it is. Okay, I have to go away for a moment. Okay. Can you hear me right now?
Yep, can hear you loud and clear.
No. I know. Sorry, I didn't put it on the play. In fact, it was like I clicked 2 times, so it's. Okay, so right now you should see me there.
Yep, we can see you.
You can see right now how it tracks my extent. So if I go too far, it could probably tell me, okay, you are going too far. So if I go here or if I go here. But anyways, if there isn't something in the... Yeah. So this is one of the features. Another feature that I'm working right now on is to chroma key drop on floor. So it's practically really interesting feature even for VR probably. So practically what it does is that it looks where is your extent of your feet. So yeah, I would have to set up some kind of better keying. Okay, but look right now what goes on actually. Sorry. Okay.
She's being unceremoniously.
So if I move here, you will see that I don't think that it works right now. Actually, it should be moving, displayed, you see. No, it doesn't move. It's still in the test. No, it moves. So, but slowly. You will see that it will bring me up. I should have tested it a little bit more. I'm not sure if it should bring me down or up in base of a position, but yeah. In this case, it can be seen too much. But anyway, yeah, this is something that. And then let's go to a last thing. No, it's not last thing, but for a moment.
So, quick question, Oliver, if I can.
Yeah.
People are asking where you get your assets from generally for your demos. So specifically the sample videos for Deckard Renderer. People are really curious where those assets came from.
Most assets come from AV Pro. They are really great. And some are made by me, and then there are some that were, I don't know, sent me some videos that some users sent me. I'm not sure. I would suggest you, because of those that look better were really AV Pro. How they are from Italy. And they are making really great assets for architectural visualizations. So yeah, I really like those assets. And then there are some of my friends that are making some assets, and they are sharing with me those things. But there are also some assets that I've made some my fun animations that are like that I don't know even from where they are coming. So sorry about that, because when you don't know even from but they are unofficial like animations that I've made. Okay, so I'm sorry guys that I even didn't read anything here. Antonia, if you see something that can be shared on the screen, please let me know. Some comment or something.
Just to clarify, what was the name of the website you said for assets? Was it AV as in alpha?
AV Pro. Let me see. I will AV Pro. Let me check. AV. No. Wait a second.
Okay, no hurry.
I have to check my assets and then Oh, maybe it's the best way to just launch package manager and see what are my latest assets. So I will tell you. No, okay, so my assets, okay. AV, no. Sorry. Sort by date, purchase date. Okay, yeah. So I have so many assets that ArcViz Pro. Sorry, guys, ArcViz Pro. This is latest, and I wanted to make one test with this one that is incredible, because it features a TV studio. So I wanted to make myself come into a green studio that is virtual green studio and then doing key from there. You know?
That's cool.
Yeah, but ArcViz Pro, they are really they have really great assets, and they also collaborating with Unity for some things. They are really great. Okay, so from here on, what I wanted to show, we are already. I know. Okay, we have 1 more hour. Yeah. So, for me, I could stay here for a few hours. It's not a problem. So, one of the things that I wanted right now to do, as we can see right now, that we have here a person that is lit by the environment. It's not still perfect, and I will be showing some better things later, but right now I want to add some interaction to those lights before starting everything. And for this I will be using a LASP asset. It's a free asset. I will show you. It's by Keijiro Takashi. I think that I pronounced it well. He's part of Unity, I think.
Keijiro.
Keijiro is a great visual artist, and he makes some really interesting things. And so he uses this. He made this Lisp. LASP. Sorry, Lisp. LASP. That is low latency audio signal processing for Unity. What it means that it takes a signal directly from your audio card and processes it, at really fast time. So it's a free plugin, so you just have to download it, and yeah, it's a really great thing. So I will save this as a workshop. Okay, and I will open just to show you here just level meter. It's a simple application just to understand what it does. So it's like, hello, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is a simplest way to add some interaction to your video, and it's mostly easy to use. It's really easy to use. So
Oliver, what's the name of that asset?
LASP. So
Okay,
wait a second. I can also copy this into a chat right now. Sorry.
I got it. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. You can download it here. So, sorry. Okay, so yeah. Kejiro, thank you for everything what you're doing, because
He is the MVP.
Yeah, he's my idol, because when I started, I didn't know anything about Unity, and he was one that. So in this case, I mostly use, I'm using this his system that is really simple. It's like simple, but it's clever. It's nothing to like that, nothing too complicated, because there are many systems that maybe are better, and not like better, but it's always a problem when you have to process things. You don't want to have too much to use too much processing power. So in this case, I will be just adding his LASP here, and how it's it's like create game object, adding here audio reactor. And for me, this should be also part of Unity, like audio level tracker. It's really.
We probably want to take the GitHub off screen at this point.
Ah, sorry. Yeah.
It's okay, no big deal.
I always forget because I'm watching my. So, add property binder. So here I can just tell that I want to tell to my light, that is, for example, this area, let me say this area light, okay, area light 2, I want to change the color of this light. So I'm just adding this and saying component light, property, color. And I can set here 2 colors. One will be black, one will be... okay, so look right now. It's so simple. Hello, my friends. What are you doing? How are you doing today? So, with this simple feature, we can animate whole lighting in a scene. So here is where actually real fun begins, you know. So it's like, yeah. So I will be adding another color property. Okay, property binder. Okay, let's say another color. Let's add this component that is another light. What was that one? Okay, yeah. 5, okay. Transform, no, light. Let me say just color, and maybe this one we can change from red to blue. I don't know. So yeah, and
that looks great.
So if we add to this music, then we have something that, oh, even a speech works, you know. So let me see. Yeah, I will have to put my my model there on the screen. Because right now here comes a second part of everything here that can be really interesting. Wait a second. Oh no, I have just to put her a little bit in front because, sorry, for a second. Okay. Okay, like this. So right now we have her that is illuminated by these lights. Okay, I can turn off this even, probably. And right now you can see that she's a pretty... yeah, I will have
We're
just...
not seeing your screen at the moment.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So, oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so...
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll have to add
Yep,
some duplicate this slide. Let me see if we can just rotate it a little bit. Then move it here. I don't know. I have to think about what can we do here. Okay. Then we have to change. I know, I'm in play mode. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's a horrible thing when you're in play mode, and it happens every day.
I've seen many good memes about that.
Yeah. It really is a like. That's why most of my plugins that I'm making, I'm trying to make them also to work even without play mode. But it's always a little bit problematic. I think that Unity is right now working really well, or is trying to make easier this workflow, because you can see right now here I'm using webcam, but webcam isn't meant to be opened on in the editor without play. So from time to time I have some glitches, or I have to close it, reopen. Yeah, you can see that it doesn't update always, and yeah, so it's, of course, this Unity wasn't meant for for this, for working in the editor. But I think that in the future it will be really important also to work in the editor, because, for example, real-time production is everything about working in the editor. If you, I know that some of the productions went away that have started working with Unreal went away because they couldn't wait too much time for builds to build up, and they couldn't work in it. So in this case, for example, it's yeah, it is a good thing that we can work, like we have a possibility to work. But I think that new paradigms of things will be coding in live and coding with having the possibility to. Yeah, of course, no, there are hacks, but you know, problem is when you have. I'm using some hacks, you know, but problem is when some other users use some hacks, so it's like the Unity isn't the closed systems. You maybe have another plugins. So if all plugins call those features, you know, it can become a really messy thing. So yeah.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, Oliver, I'm just fielding a few questions about your work, and obviously you're the expert here, but I'm answering as best I know. So a few people have asked, is the tracker, the body tracking, available yet? And as far as I know, it's a work in progress. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to make it available even something like 2 weeks ago, but I'm really every day as I'm working on this, I'm coming to some new ideas. So it's like before I can establish my workflow, because really this tracker is somewhat a new paradigm of tracker Chroma-keyer. It's a new paradigm of Chroma-keying. So it's not something that Zoom does, that uses artificial intelligence. No, it doesn't use. But it uses some brute force tracking, brute force systems, but they are really stable, so you don't have to rely too much on technologies. Once you set them on, the idea is that when you go to studio, you set them once and your application will be running always, so that it doesn't have any instabilities and issues. And this is the most important thing for me. Like I'm not about to release anything that doesn't work perfectly, and mostly also as I'm single guy that is programming, I really don't want to have some asset that requires too much time for me to answer the questions, you know. This is an important thing, because I don't have Unity behind me or many like persons that can answer to questions. I'm always the guy that has to answer. So if my asset isn't bulletproof, I won't be giving it. I will be putting it in the air, like. And also, for example, this is what happened with my Nord Lake, that I had made this Nord Lake system for water, and it can give you pretty really nice looking water, but it wasn't for everyone. So I just gave it like this, just put it for free. Of course. Antonia?
Yep.
Okay.
I took the 10 seconds I was off screen to just eat a potato. I'm sorry.
What? Ah, sorry.
Oh, nothing.
No,
sorry.
sorry for my part.
Snacking is fine. I'm like fervently eating off camera.
Okay. Yeah, but it's Friday and it's like it's pretty late, of course. So yeah, at the end I was speaking so much that didn't get time to show everything that I wanted. So for me, it's not a problem. Yeah, I can stay here even more because we said 2 hours and a half, but yeah. So yeah. Next idea that I had here was to just to show this one, and then I think that we can finish it because we talked too much. Never mind. It's nice to talk always. I want to show you what I'm actually doing with lighting, because here right now we have some lights. Let me see. And you can see that that lighting that we have here doesn't match lighting that is here in the scene. Okay. So, for example, here is everything red. So I'll be just creating a new object. Create camera. And what I'm actually doing, I have this program that is a pretty interesting program. Pretty old, I don't know from. But it is called DMX Control. And I have this box that is NTech Open DMX USB DMX controller, and I'm using. I will show you right now. Okay, let me show you. I'm switching to. Okay, this is a typical light that I'm using here. I have something like there right now in the scene. I have 5 lights of these. They are all DMX control lights. I don't know if you know what is a DMX control. DMX is a system that is used in almost every club or every event, where you can control your lighting by simple communications by just one cable. And these are RGB lights, so they can cast any light that they want. They aren't perfect because they even cost something like paid for them 38 euros, I think. So for 5 lights that I'm using there, it's not too much, and they can be used to simulate any lighting. So actually, what I'm doing here is adding. I will show you here. Yeah, I won't be going into what this program does and how it communicates. So this is a little bit more out of, but it can receive OSC messages. OSC. We have OSC available in Unity, and one of the free plugins is EXT OSC that I'm using right now. So I'm just adding this, how to say, onto my, okay, I don't know, I don't see anything there. Wait a second, screen, okay, yeah. I can just go here and say, OSC camera, OSC manager, add just this manager. It connects on a network, And then I can just say auto connect. Okay. No, it's already working editor. Okay. And then I will be adding this component that I've made. It's a really simple script, but it works perfectly. So it's like, it requires just one render texture that I'm putting on a camera. You know that in Unity, any camera can render or to texture or to screen. So in this case, I have here a camera that receives this texture. So I will be just setting this render texture. That is a pretty low render texture. It has only 32 pixels. And what I actually want to do is to sample all the lights from a scene. So how I'm doing this? Let me see if I can show you here working editor. Okay. Okay, this is a working editor. Okay, OS receiver, it doesn't serve for anything. Okay, so I'll be just starting it up, heating it up. I know, okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to set that this, this requires this texture, it requires this, okay. So you can see right now that I have all these colors that are sampled from a scene. So as I, let me show you here, if I move my camera, you will see that those colors change. So I can actually sample but this isn't enough. So what I actually want to do here is to add one sphere in front of my camera. And as a sphere is a perfect, as you probably know from if you worked in the CG 3D world, you will know that spheres are used for sampling environments. So I will be just sampling onto this sphere any lights that are passing by. So let me look here at my camera. I have this camera, and yeah, let me see. It doesn't show it. Okay, yeah. You can see right now that if I move, okay, let's block this one, and I will be just moving this sphere closer to a camera. No, I will be just changing field of view or camera. Okay, so that it takes centrally everything that happens to this sphere. That should be white. So let's make another white material, create material, right. White surface is perfect for sampling up. Okay. You can see right now that it is pretty correctly, where it is, sphere, material, where is material? Oh, okay, sorry. I have blocked this. Okay, so here is a white, a smoothness to 0. Okay. So this will sample just shadows and everything. Yeah, I should make it much smaller. Let me see here, camera, okay, let's block this one and then go to sphere. Yeah, this is sometimes a little bit trickier thing to do, but never mind, okay. So this will serve for me to sample all the shadows. So I will be just moving this camera a little bit upper. Okay. And from here on, if we look into this script, it will always give me a correct lighting wherever my sphere goes. Okay. Now what I want actually is to send all that data to my lights. So why doesn't send it? Let me see. Or does it send? No, it doesn't send. Let me just control this. Okay, yeah, I have to start my DMX receiver. And now you will see that when you can see it, probably like this, you can see it. That if I move my camera, no, it doesn't. Stop. Okay, probably configuration. Okay, auto connect, working editor. Okay, yeah, I have to do this. You know, when it doesn't auto connect, working editor. Let me control, probably. Oh, it always works. No, let me put it in play, because otherwise it's like. Stop. Did I do something wrong here? Oh, right now I have every interface in Deutsch. So it's like, okay.
Do you speak, I know you speak 3 languages. Do you speak German as well?
No. I speak just...
Then it might be a problem.
Serbian, Russian, Italian, a little bit of English, and Latvian also. 5.
So 5.
Yeah. So yeah, no, why? You're speaking better English.
But most British people only speak English. I speak a little bit of Italian, but it's quite uncommon in the UK to speak, I think, and maybe in America as well. I think most people speak just English.
Yeah. Well,
I have to practice.
I should say that it's better to know well English than...
Oh,
I don't know why. Yeah.
Someone pointed out.
I don't know why it doesn't work right now. No. Wait. No, maybe it works. I think that I made some error. Is it possible to know? Let me see. Indexes was about. Oh, yeah. That is an error. Absolute error. Let me see. Why does say this? Okay. No. But no, it's not possible. Colors, positions. Okay. 0, 1. No, this is probably okay. I understand. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I had to define what are the positions. Okay, yeah, I have to add here 5 positions. So first position will be 0. Second position, this will be something like yeah. We have array of 32 positions. So middle position will be 16. This one will be 7. This one will be 16 view. Okay, yeah. 25. Okay, and this one should be 31. Okay, so yeah, in this case, it should work. It wasn't the receiver that didn't work. It was my. Okay, so you can see right now that we have a data that is coming to our seed. And you, if you want, you can look at this doll that right now is illuminated correctly. So if I move this into this, okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so, okay, for here, no. We have to go upside the stairs so that we can sample this light. Let me see. Track. Hello. No, wait. Wait. Okay. No, I have to move it. Yeah, it's always this sampling of those images is a little bit tricky, but you can see right now that a real doll is illuminated with from a light that comes from here. Of course, everything this requires some setup, so sorry guys if I'm not like doing everything immediately, because it's like, yeah.
I think it's very useful actually to see the process and
it's
perfect the first time, because when I was first learning Unity,
yeah.
I had this impression that developers just first time set something up and it worked, and most of my job is just things not working most of the time. So, and then, you know, learning from that and building on it, and as soon as they do work, they're done basically, or I add to the next thing, so they immediately stop working.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite useful to see the process is constantly iterating, constantly building and improving and refining things.
Yeah, of course.
That's great.
This is in every art. This is a most normal thing. You are always upgrading on what you are, and this is actually a real problem for some developers. Also for me, you know, like I'm never satisfied with what I'm doing. So I'm always trying to go beyond. But sometimes you have to know where to stop, because if you continue to develop, then you are not. Yeah. So it's and right now,
I have a friend who's a painter, and ooh, sorry.
No.
Their phrase is that there's no painting is ever done. It's just you can't stand looking at it anymore, so you stop painting it and you start another painting.
Yeah.
And so for them it's like they have to keep changing and changing until they don't ever feel that it's perfect or it's done, but they're just finished. I feel a little bit like that sometimes with my projects as well, so I understand very much.
Nothing is ever finished, because really, for example, like this what I'm doing right now is something that I started 7 years ago. No, in 2006. You know, this isn't something like that. But whole process is like, okay, when I did it 15 years ago, nobody cared about this. Today, it's a little bit different situation, probably. You know, like today people care about this type of virtual production and this type of things. You know. But for example, yeah, I wanted to show to you guys, to anybody here, like chroma-keying is a simple thing. No, it's not a simple thing, but making a simple chroma-keyer with Unity is a simple thing. So I will be just showing you what how to create a chroma key. I think that this can be like in 2 minutes, you know. So new scene, let's say empty build basic, no, okay, never mind. What is, okay. And Chroma-keyer. What is a Chroma-keyer? There are many algorithms and many different things, but if you need something that is really fast, really easy to use, then you go and create with a shader graph that we have right now. Let me see, where is the shader visual? Wait, I always forgot. Okay, shader, HDRP. Let me start with unlit shader graph. Okay, so this is a simple shader graph. Okay, chroma key. Okay, so yeah, I renamed it like horrible, but never mind. Then create material from this one. Okay, then I will be just adding here to the plane. Plane, okay. And then adding this chroma key shader. Okay, so it actually isn't anything special right now, of course. Let's go here to to this one. Okay, and then into a shader graph, I will be adding just texture. Let me see, texture. Texture 2D, okay. Source, okay. Source, okay, nothing. So I made even more errors, never mind. Texture 2D. So I will be just outputting this. I need another variable that is float. Threshold. Okay. How it's? I always forgot. Threshold. Okay. Threshold. Then I need another variable that is called, let me see, why, okay, float, okay, threshold, okay, this is threshold. Then I will be just adding okay, color, okay, this is a color, and it's enough. It's like 3 values. So from a source texture, I will be adding here sampler, texture, sampler, okay. And this means that whatever texture comes in here, it will go it will output a color. So if I go here and then I go to emission color, I am usually connecting both emission, okay. Save asset, I don't have any material right now assigned. So I can start here a texture. I will be adding, this is a chroma key example, okay. It goes to a plane, okay. So, what is a simple thing to do is to use math, simple math. It's not so simple, but in the shader it's pretty simple, is to say that you want to calculate distance from this color that I have here and I will be setting this. This color is. I'll be setting to this background. Okay, and I will be just adding this color, adding distance variable. It doesn't mean anything. So distance is practically how much the other color, vector of the other color, is different from the first color. Okay, so if I connect this one to base channel and to illumination channel, I will get this image that is a distance. Okay, now what we need here just to filter that distance is a smooth step. Smooth step is a function that practically defines where is your border between two values. Okay, so you add just this smooth step, output these two here, and then say I will here need threshold. Okay, threshold, I will be setting this threshold value to a first value. Then I will be just adding add to this. I will be adding another small value. And here I'll be creating just another float that is range, called range. Okay, and then I have practically those two values, range. Okay, set it here, tack. And right now you can see that nothing works now because threshold is too large, range is too short. But you can see when I change, sorry. Before range, I will be adding here add. Okay, I will be just adding to this one value my range value. So practically it goes like this. And this should be a pretty simple chroma-keyer. So you can see right now, if I go here, threshold, I said threshold. So, and then afterwards you can actually, if you're not working like this, you can threshold, let me see, 0. I will have to program here. Then afterwards you have to program here those values. What are best values? So this is a worst thing to do later. But yeah, this is mostly. And also right now I have here DXR, and I beg Unity to change this thing because I really hate it. I have to add always over to exposure because everything changes here. Fixed, okay, fixed exposure. I want fixed exposure. Okay, so that my values doesn't change, because when I'm trying out those things, I'm always forgetting about this. Okay, so so you add those things, and then you just calculate this difference. Practically, it's nothing too special. Zero. Let me stay on 0, so you can see right there. But problematic thing when you're dealing with with chroma-keying is that there are then other features that you have to support. So it's like how you should do anything that like that. Okay, forgot here to set this one to alpha. Okay, this one goes to alpha, and then main texture. Wait, let me see. Okay, this main texture RGB goes to here and to here. Okay, save asset, and then I have to say here on opaque, transparent. Okay, so right now you have a simple chroma key. But then when you have to go to fix your, like values, then it becomes a little bit harder. Okay, but yeah. This is a simple chroma key. It mostly works though. Let me see what is going on here. Antonia, are you there?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
always don't want to interrupt until I'm sort of invited to speak, because the bane of Zoom with the time delay is that it's very easy to cut into each other.
No
So
problem.
If I go
no
quiet, rest assured I'm still here. I'm talking a lot to people in the chat at the moment. We're talking about different occlusion methods and AR kit. Someone had an interesting question about whether it's possible to import lights from Blender or from Maya directly into Unity. It's not something I've tried, so I don't know the answer to that.
I think that it's possible, but you won't be getting. I don't think that you will be getting. Like lighting isn't something that is standardized. So it's Unity. Like lighting from Unity before or right now that is more physically correct, probably. But I think that. When we are speaking about lighting, there are so many things, so many features of light that can simply can be translated. Unity has some features that maybe some other programs doesn't have. Some other programs maybe have some other features that Unity doesn't have. So it all comes to, if you are importing. If you're also working with Unity, it's better to make lights in real time. Like put them there and see what goes on. You will always have a much more possibility to tune your lighting. Actually, you should ask if it's possible to export lights to Blender. Because. I don't know how to explain this. If you're following my channel, you will probably, you will probably know that I'm working a lot on lighting, much less on materials and meshes. My concern mostly is the lighting, because I think that, at least for cinematography, a different thing is when you're working with VR or with gaming. They propose these are like different proposals. But when you're working with virtual production, you are mostly concerned with lighting. So you should always go into do that lighting inside of your virtual production software, because then you will know what is going on. And if your lights are correctly lit, and yeah, like I said on the start of this stream, it was like global illumination. Do we need it? I don't know. You know, like it's some things. If you watch my stream where I tried to recreate my sponsor scene without any global illumination in Unity, with just area lights, okay, with my Deckard renderer, but Deckard renderer doesn't use any global lighting. It uses area lights that are right now also available in Unity with ray tracing, of course. And if you look at that one, you will see that with just area lights and with some, like, how to say, good sampling, good ideas on how to position lights, you can recreate completely global illumination. Maybe it's not completely correct, but in a movie making, in a virtual production, you don't want something that is completely correct. So, yeah. Antonia,
I think it's an interesting thought that if someone didn't know anything about lighting or shadows or composition and had access to, you know, global illumination, ray tracing, all of the latest tools, they might not make something as good as someone who has a very good understanding of cinematography, lighting, composition, but isn't using any of those tools. So it's really, I think, a combination of using the right tools for the job and understanding what looks good, which comes from a sort of visual cinematography.
Absolutely, absolutely. But also, I'm also suggesting to everyone to everybody that works in CG just to use real cameras, you know, good cameras. Like my whole idea of how to render and everything came when I took real cameras that were able to do some really high dynamic range, like Blackmagic that I'm using right now that has 14 stops of dynamic range. So it's it really gives you opportunity to understand how light behaves, how much you know, how lenses behaves, how everything behaves. And yeah, this is something that I try to do with Deckard render, for example, to sample all those behaviors of light, just like colors in the camera are really different than what we see or what we see in TV, because in TV we see mostly oversaturated, or probably not in TVs. You know, in TV, like transmissions, normal transmissions, you see them and then we see them much. They aren't so saturated, and they have a different quality to them. And this is something that I'm trying always to explore, how to do those colors. For example, right now we did this thing, we are doing this, but we aren't even near, because after all I will be taking the colors and completely, idea was to take the colors and completely desaturate, not to desaturate, to change them, to look them like a filmic thing. Unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe we can continue with this workshop next time. I don't know. fortunately or unfortunately, maybe I've talked too much.
No, I think it's great. I mean,
Of
first of all, this is what happens when you have a co-presenter, I think. You end up talking to each other. But also, I mean, if you look at what we've done, even with the speed at which we've gone, which is quite slow, especially given all the Q&A, we've still managed to set up a scene, have lights, have them respond to real-time audio input, and have a real lamp responding to those so that the model is illuminated in a realistic way. So I think those are all really useful insights about how to get this very hyper-realistic virtual production where we have lighting that's changing in real-time input and reflections changing in real time without necessarily using some of the tools that people might think are necessary for that. So yeah, I think it's a really good insight into the process.
Yeah, of course, I have also tried to give you all the tools that are necessary for this that are free. So like Kajiro that did this great scene. So EXTOSC, yeah, I will be posting probably, I will post all the necessary links because EXTOSC is also free. But
I did actually post that in the chat.
Okay,
so
okay.
I posted a link to that somewhere. I can repost it.
Yeah, so DMX script, yeah, so we have also here this DMX control that is a free tool, but you have to download all the version if you I will show you here. I'm using this guy. This is a NTech, sorry, okay, NTech Open DMX USB tool, and it's just a simple USB tool. I think that I paid for this something like 50 euros. And this outputs all the signals necessary for the lights that I showed. So it's not something that, you know, like, it's a budget thing. So, other than that, of course, one of the things that I didn't cover, I wanted to cover is like your lighting is really important sometimes for doing a production job. You know. But more than lighting, it is important that your camera is capable of outputting non-sharpened image. Main problem with great amount of cameras is that they are sharpening image. It's artificial sharpening that is happening mostly on TV cameras and things like like consumer cameras. But you want to have full control. So if you need a good camera for a green screen, I suggest you to find a used Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. This is a really great camera because it has a great dynamic range and everything. I'm a big fan of Blackmagic cameras because they are somewhere like they are not ARRI or I don't know red, but they are a little bit lower, but they have incredible quality to image. And another thing that I always try to explain is that resolution actually doesn't matter so much. No, it isn't that it doesn't matter, but I was being able to do close-ups even with my camera that is doing only full HD, and to do perfect shots even with the close-ups. That means that your camera is practically just taking one part of an image. With Unity, with real-time resizing, you know, like you can do much more right now than before. And but for that reason, it is important that camera doesn't have any digital processing over its image. Because when you add some digital processing, you are ruining complete image, and there is where it breaks up. When you upscale it, it becomes ugly, you know. So yeah, this is what I'm speaking for my friend, you know, for people that are working in this area of virtual production. Okay.
I was wondering, for those who hung out with us till the very end, so you posted a few vouchers earlier. I believe we got a seascape one, and
yeah,
you have 3 assets currently, right, in the asset store.
Yeah, I wanted to post the latest, you know, last asset, but okay. I was trying to post it, but then I spoke too much, and yeah, okay, it goes here. This is my VR Panorama Pro.
The race to the chat.
This is VR Panorama Pro. That was
I love it.
One of the.
This one. So this is this would have been really helpful for me in one of my previous jobs. I worked in a planetarium. So this would have actually been exactly what I needed at the time, but I think I wasn't in the world of Unity quite as deeply as I am now at that time, so I didn't know about it. But hopefully someone can benefit from this.
No, but yeah, VR Panorama was free for all users for 1 year. For all users of Unity, was free.
If only I knew this. If I could go back in time, Oliver, and tell my future, my past self, I would.
So yeah, I had a partnership with Unity, so they sold it for 1 year. I don't remember anymore. No, maybe it was 6 months, for example, but I don't remember. Yeah, I'm quite old already, so I don't remember too many things.
Don't say that.
Just
You're only as old as you feel.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but VR Panorama was the first asset that I made, because at the time before Unity, I was working with VR tools. It was a really incredible tool that existed from 2000, something like that, and it was concentrated on doing virtual reality, and I was working, you know, with this software, doing mostly what I'm also doing today, but without you know, like hardware advancements and workflow advancements that we have today, of course. And I worked for them also, like for demos and teaching people how to use it here in Italy. So it's something like in 2000 and what it was, 14, they closed practically, and I started using Unity. So, but I mostly used Unity for making live events, and I needed this thing to render 360 videos and things like that. Yeah, also for Oculus, my first Oculus DK. No, it was first Oculus. So I made this tool for myself, and then practically it was the first tool for doing, for being able to do 360 videos in a meaningful time, you know, like a meaningful rendering time. And it's still pretty appreciated, I think. Yeah.
For anyone who works in a dome, I know that's a very niche market, but they do exist, and that is a very useful thing to be able to capture 360 video.
Yeah, of course, because when I started working, then we had we were using cube SAS and things like that, you know, like cubicle rooms. So everything comes also from this expertise by using virtual reality in a room where you have everything projected. But at the time we were using clusters of things to render everything. And, yeah. Today it's a little bit different. You can even do some things like that in real time with one PC. If you don't activate RTX, of course. But yeah.
So for anyone who's looking for Oliver's assets in the Unity Asset Store, his Unity Asset Store name is OliVR. So it's OLIVR. I've put a link in the chat as well. I think I'm having some trouble with the chat. I'm not sure all my messages are going through, but hopefully you can find that message on there. Otherwise, if you search for OLIVR, you'll be able to find him, and all three assets are available there.
Great, thank you. Okay, so sorry, you know, I said to you like that it will be like 2 hours and a half, and right now we are at 3 hours and a half. So yeah, Australia.
Are we?
I think. No.
No, we're exactly on time, I think.
I know. We are on time. Oh, okay.
It's been that much fun with me, Oliver. It feels like an hour longer than it is.
No. Actually, no, because I was thinking in your time. So yeah.
Oh, I'm teasing. Don't worry.
Yeah, no. No, I could go. I could go even. Few hours longer, so it's not a problem. Yeah.
So I didn't know this, but for future, I think a lot of my messages are being blocked because I'm putting links.
Okay.
So I think for future, only the host. Can you guys see Oliver's messages with the links? So he linked the GitHub by Kajiro and things. I know my message with that link didn't come through, but it's possible that the host can do. So I'm curious to see if you guys managed to see his messages. But yeah, it seems like my messages are being blocked as spam. So apologies if anyone thought that I wasn't replying to them. I was, but it was getting blocked. Okay, so for future, Oliver, your links came through okay. So I think the host can post links, but I can't. So
okay.
Good to know for future. Sorry if anyone thought I didn't reply. I did reply to all of you. I tried.
Okay, so I don't know if we should try something more even, but I don't know. Or you are all, or maybe we can do some another stream to continue this. Yeah, to continue this, like putting it on a real level, because. We were speaking really much, and so I didn't had enough time to develop some ideas, because I want to develop ideas, you know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think this is a good introduction, and then hopefully what we can do next time is build on what we've got so far and experiment more with the lighting and kind of sketch up some ideas about what we could do, or put new environments, or I think building on this would be great.
Yeah, because for example, right now I just saw that I have put this this thing inside, but I didn't even scale it like it should be scaled, you know, like so. And I want to show.
If you guys,
Yeah.
the audience, if you guys have any ideas for what you'd like to see us build on, so if you have a different idea for an environment, or if there's something specific you'd like to see about this process, yeah, let us know in the chat, because I think building on this is a great idea. There seems to be a lot of enthusiasm for it. Some people want to see more tips on HDRP. Oh, and a few people are talking about the sphere, the kind of reflection probe to DMX pipeline. So that was the OSC to DMX to real physical lamp pipeline.
Okay.
Because that's sort of own thing, which is quite interesting. Also, someone mentioned a sneak peek into future Deckard key features. So yeah, there's plenty to talk about and explore and to work on, as well as sketching up new environments.
Yeah, okay, of course, yeah, there are too many things that can be covered here, so yeah.
Someone had a really interesting suggestion of a Twitch bot integrated with Unity. I think that's a very interesting workflow.
No, in fact, it will be really interesting. First idea, okay, I can explain here. First, my first idea was to make something that like a real concert, because you probably don't know that Antonia is a great rapper. And I'm also doing some music, so my idea was to do a jam together, you know. But of course, the problem is that you have a latency. So with the latency, it's impossible to do anything. So only thing that could be done is like I'm recording myself on a green screen, then sending that to Antonia, and then she streams it with her rapping over that. You know, problem is that when you're working with music, that you have to have it in real time. So even a small latency is incredibly difficult to manage. And while in visuals you can, you know, like if you have something like 2, 3 frames, 4 frames even, lip sync maybe doesn't work, but communication works, you know. With the music, with the sound, it's pretty difficult. Also, as Antonia says, it's also difficult that you are maybe thinking that somebody finished some line and you are entering, but he continued, so you have always to wait. Imagine how it's in a rhythm that is like, oh, yeah, you have to go on. So there are some solutions, but you will have to integrate many of different systems, and yeah, it's not so easy. Like Antonia,
I'll tell you what, though, when the world opens up again, when we're able to travel, if we're in the same location, then I think we definitely need to do a jam from a virtual stage.
Of course. No. If you are in the same location, so for example, this is a really interesting thing that I already did a few years ago, because I made, if you want to look at this, it was like 360 video. wait a second, I just have to virtual rainbow a few years ago. It was many years ago. Let me see, virtual. Okay, yeah, this was something that I did with my group, but we were practically doing something that can be done right now in real time with a social distancing. So it's like, let me see. Okay, yeah. Let me share with you this. Yeah, because this was a 360 video. Okay, I hope that my no, it's impossible to see. Right now I have all the streaming going on, and so I had these planes with me and my persons from my group playing, and this was like, okay, in a club that existed here in Milan and that was closed. So we wanted to do some kind of homage, how to say, to that one. And it worked.
Oliver, I can't believe you created this in 2015.
Actually, I think that I posted it in, yeah. I think that I created the original experience that was for Oculus Rift in 14. Yeah, in 14. Yeah. And this was actually a legendary club in Milan that was closed like from one day to another, and you know, like biggest bands of the world played there, and but nobody cared about the like culture, and nobody cared from you know, like so I want just to remind people about what we are losing when clubs go down, you know.
I think that's a lovely homage to the space.
Yeah.
And it's very cool that you're able to do that, like, even more than 5 years ago. It's pretty incredible. Like, I think when I show videos of the stuff you make, people say it looks like it's from the future, but you've been doing this for, you know, more than 5 years, producing things of like.
Thank you. Oliver is a time travel. No, I'm not. If I was a time traveler, then I would go back to 80s. You know?
That's a good time, yeah.
To watch early Eurovision.
I think that's a noble goal.
Yeah.
I'd go to the future, actually, to see what people are making, because working in XR, I'm like every year blown away by how things develop. So I'd love to see what's going to happen in 10 or 20 years. I can't imagine.
No, of course, but you know, like as I'm a person that I always like to imagine what will happen. So mostly what I'm doing is imagining. I'm not how to say, all those things, everything here, what I'm doing, it's just a proof of concept. I'm doing it for a proof of concept, not for final production, and then for even if, you know, like for many years I was working in event industry, and in event industry you have to do things fast, you know, to do immediately. And that's why I have always I have switched to real-time graphics, and I was always trying to propose it. But unfortunately, I must say, I found myself in Italy. And Italy is a pretty technologically, how to say, didn't have a vision, at least in my area of work. We don't have, in Italy we don't have even too much we don't have big studios of game design. We don't have big studios of graphics. Italians are good into making something. No, they were probably better before, but they are good into creating ideas. So this is something that maybe I have learned here, because I didn't live here for for all my life. I live here from 2000. But this is probably not only for Italy. Maybe it's the whole world. People are also afraid to apply some new technologies if they don't have a proof of concept. So my life was like, okay, I'm doing just proof of concepts. You understand? I hope that. I'm not sure if it's clear.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's clear, and I think that's what helps move things forward. I think by showing what's possible, you inspire other people to do the same, and hopefully that brings the whole scene forward, which I think is a great thing. So thank you everyone for your suggestions in the chat. They've been fantastic. I think it would be best to keep building on this scene in a future stream, if you want to do that, Oliver, and experimenting and sketching out different things. What do you think?
Well, guys, I'm so sorry, guys and girls. I'm so sorry that I'm usually watching on the screen and following everything, but this time. I didn't. So because I had great Antonia that did it, but I usually I would want to share some things, and so please come next time and try. I will try to explain everything, and if Antonia is willing to come here to continue this work, this small work.
Definitely.
No, just to finish.
It would be my honor.
Because, from now on, when we have set up everything, it's like just thinking about what to do and how to do it. And it's like easy sure. part. Most difficult part here actually is explaining, So I was too optimistic that we will finish this one in 2 hours and a half. Probably.
I think we've made some great progress. And I think we've shown a good insight into the process, into chroma keying, into tracking, into your different assets, into the DMX lights process as well. And so we can use all that next time to carry on and keep building our environment and to keep explaining what we're doing as we go. So it's been great fun. Thank you for having me on. I've really, really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Antonia. I really liked this stream and being able also to. And
thank you. Sorry.
What? No. Continue.
It's very hard because we keep speaking over each other. Sorry. I was just going to say thank you to everyone who came. So thank you everyone for coming and joining us for this stream. It's been really great to hear your feedback. Actually, as someone who's working at Unity, it's been really excellent to hear your insights into how you use it. I always appreciate that feedback. So, and I love connecting with the community. So yeah, thank you for coming, for giving your feedback and your insights and your expertise. And I hope you learned something useful. And please join us next time to keep building our environment and keep learning about chroma keying and DMX and virtual production. Thanks.
Thank you, Antonia. You were great. And thank you, everybody. Adam, will this be available afterwards? Of course, it will be available immediately, so no problem. You can watch it on my channel. And also, if you, please subscribe to my channel so you can see any new things and everything that I share, and my live streams. My channel is mostly live streams because I said I want to show how things work really in real life. So I don't have enough time to make some fake videos about like, oh, this is 3 seconds or no, or making something to like seem different than it is. So this is a live channel. It's completely always live, and I'm always doing things from start to finish with you guys. Thank you very much. And thank you, Antonia. And we will have to find a new date for this one. You can speak.
We'll see you all next time.
Hi.